our top focus today is the continuing escalations between Pakistan and Afghanistan. At least 400 people have been killed after Pakistani airstrike hit a hospital in Afghanistan's capital, Kabul. The attack took place around 9 p.m. on Monday. Around 250 people also injured in the attack, the local media has reported. Former Afghanistan President Hamid Karzai has condemned the Kabul hospital attack carried out by Pakistani air forces. He warned that military rulers of Pakistan that continuing these attacks will not only fail to achieve their objectives but will also lead to a worsening of the situation to the detriment of their own country. Well, a major escalation in the Afghanistan-Pakistan conflict that has been going on for months. Pakistan claims that Afghanistan is harboring militants that are working to dismantle Pakistan's peace. But in the latest confrontation and escalation, Pakistan has reportedly targeted a hospital, taking the death toll to around 400. At least 400 people have been killed in the latest escalation in the Pakistani airstrikes that hit a hospital in Afghanistan's capital, Kabul. It was a drug rehabilitation center that has reportedly claimed lives of around 400 people. Reports are also coming in that 250 people are injured in the latest attack by Pakistan. I'm being joined by my colleague Verghese Ibrahim on the phone line. Verghese, latest escalation in the Pakistan-Afghanistan conflict. What is happening? Do you think that there is any chance of de-escalation now that civilian targets are also being hit by Pakistan?
Well, we don't know what is the exact reason why Pakistan has chosen this particular rehab center for its attacks, but it has almost killed 400 people and 250 people have been injured in these attacks, what we understand. And now the Taliban has in fact confirmed the strikes and has vowed retaliation as well, as it in fact first attends to the situation in Kabul. Tensions have been going on between the Taliban as well as with regard to Pakistan on the Durand line. There have been instances where skirmishes had been reported and also large-scale attacks have been reported on both their checkposts. In certain cases with Taliban overrunning checkposts and then the Pak forces trying to in fact liberate them. So these kind of clashes have been going, and low-intensity conflict along the Durand line has been going on for some time. But there have been periodic escalations with airstrikes also against Kabul and Taliban targets. And there have been reports of several top Taliban commanders being killed as well. But this strike on the hospital has in fact become the latest flashpoint with this rehab center being completely destroyed and almost 400 people being killed, 250 people being injured in this. This only escalates the matter further. Now, Pakistan has been using its air power to target Taliban, especially in the Kandahar and Kabul areas as well. The relationship between both of them nosedived, especially over the issue of Tehrik-e-Taliban being given a shelter, the Pak Taliban as it's in fact called. We in fact did see how the Pak Taliban was given kind of shelter within the bounds of the Durand line, and therefore one of the things that has in fact come out over here is that the continuous ethnic lines that's been there between the Pashtuns on the Durand line, those ethnic relations have in fact come into conflict with Pakistan's ground border, and most of the Afghans don't, especially the Pashtuns who are at that border site, do not recognize the Durand line as a de facto border with Pakistan, and Pashtuns have been crisscrossing. It's been kind of an open border for a long time, but now it's become a flashpoint of sorts. Now, how Pakistan will have to deal with this is a little interesting, because as of now, both of them were in fact allies for a very long time, especially from the time of the Soviet invasion. Afghanistan and Pakistan have had a very shared relationship. Pakistan gave the facilities and the weapons and manpower to Afghan warlords at that time, and the Taliban also was a creation from Pakistan at that time, and they had in fact close relations for a long time with several Afghans who had been displaced because of these wars, taking shelter in Pakistan. But over the years, the tensions over the Durand line has in fact surfaced. Pakistan had recently, in the last 1.5 years, forcefully pushed a lot of Afghans back into Afghanistan. Many of them who were having their livelihood in Pakistan, especially in the northwestern areas of Pakistan. Those Afghans had to leave overnight and move towards Afghanistan. So a lot of ethnic tensions as well as social tensions have been created by those policies, and then the relations between Taliban and Pakistan had been collapsing, especially over the issue of the Pak-Taliban factor. Pak-Taliban has been raising arms against the Pakistani state and as well as the Pakistani army, and there have been several instances of insurgencies that have been carried out by the Pak-Taliban, especially in these areas, and most of them are said to have in fact go on a hit-and-run basis where they hit at Pak targets and then move back into Afghanistan. So Pakistan has been in fact raising this issue continuously with Taliban, and after that this kind of a skirmish that we have seen has been happening for some time, and now it's been escalating at various levels. But as of now, there have been instances in which there have been targeted attacks on the Taliban as we speak, and this is interesting to see how this will in fact pan out, because it already adds to the very difficult situation that exists on the northwestern border of Pakistan and the southeast border of Afghanistan. Now, this is something that has been the boiling point for some time, and therefore it looks like the issue could escalate as of now, especially after the strike on this hospital.
Verghese, but there is also a narrative war going around between Afghanistan and Pakistan. Afghanistan is claiming that they have hit civilian targets, and Pakistan, on the other hand, is denying. They're saying that our only target were military facilities, to which Afghanistan has clarified that there was no military facility in and around the hospital. With such concerning death toll, we have reporting 400 deaths in the latest conflict. How do you think, where is this conflict heading? Do you think any de-escalation or a diplomacy route?
Well, there have been talks, especially after the major strikes that have happened between Pakistan and Afghanistan. They have been resorting to talks, but those peace talks do not last for long, because one of them tend to break this particular aspect of ceasefire talks and conditions, and therefore it results back into the cycle of violence that we have been seeing. Recently, after the attacks and airstrikes that had taken place by Pakistan, there were talks that were held on back-channel talks were in fact held, and there was some kind of peace that prevailed. But later, the tensions again escalated over the borders, and with regard to this issue about Pak-Taliban being given some kind of shelter or haven in Afghanistan. So all these factors do come in, and this could in fact lead to the situation that we in fact see where Pakistan will have its air power used against Taliban, degrading its military prowess or whatever remains. But one thing is for sure, that the Taliban has in fact a huge arsenal of US weapons for ground operations, but they do not have a functional air force as such, and Pakistan is taking complete advantage of it and using their air force effectively against the Taliban.
Right, Verghese, thank you so much for joining me on the broadcast. For now, the latest escalation between the Pakistan and Afghanistan continues, with 400 people being killed in a latest attack by Pakistani Air Force that had hit a hospital in Afghanistan's capital, Kabul.